Rangers against PSV. Obviously, we're not going to spend too much time on it, and the reason for that is because, you know, by the time some people watch the programme a little later on, it'll be gone, everybody will know the score. What we are looking at is a Rangers side that at home can get a result, should fear no one.
Yeah, they shouldn't fear anybody. As we spoke about it the other day, it's a reversal of what they've been successful at. They've always been successful in the second leg. You know, they've brought something back to Ibrox. The fans have bought into it. The players have bought into it. They've been very, very successful. So it's a different approach to the game being the first leg. Obviously, you want to win it, you know, but I'll be interested in the second leg, depending what they take there. You know, I think that'll be the interesting part of it. But Rangers have proved away from home, particularly in Europa, that they can go away from home and get results. So the wee worry for me is that I think there's 4 or 5 new players in the side now. They weren't there last year at the Europa. They weren't there at the run. They weren't there, experience and everything. And I just hope that everything goes positive and they can, you know, buy into it, because, you know, if you're a new player, you can deal with success. It's can you deal with the pressure if things aren't going well? Yeah,
6-4 Rangers to get the win. Rangers at 64, PSV at 8-5, 12-5 the draw. So, you know, I feel confident they could maybe sneak it 2-1, Hugh. I don't know about yourself.
I think they can win tonight. I think the simple thing to say is I think Eindhoven will win in Eindhoven and Rangers could win it in Glasgow. It's how it adds up at the end of the day. Yeah. This is a severe test early on. You know, this is.
Will that influence your viewpoint? I mean, I know sometimes, you know, every now and then, you as you mentioned, you watch clips, you get a little flavour. You never really get a true feeling of a club in Europe unless you've regularly watched that division. Like, for example, we all bowed to the fact you watch the Bundesliga regularly. Is it on the basis of we all get an insight tonight of looking at PSV to how we think it'll go? Yeah,
I think you watch 90 minutes of PSV tonight and see how they handle. They'll be under pressure tonight. Big crowd, you know, early game in the season for them.
Yep.
How will they handle it? I think
Dutch football better than Scottish football.
Well, you'd have to say yeah. You would have to say. I mean, one of their middling teams has killed one of our middling teams.
That's what I was going to say to you. I mean, AZ Alkmaar are 5th. They've had a good start. They've had 2 wins to the season. There's PSV Eindhoven, there's FC20, Excelsior up there, Feyenoord as well. You think of these teams as all with a good pedigree. You've come across them before. There's 18 teams in that league as well, which I think is healthy.
I think it's made that division much healthier. I think as well, at the very top, Ajax, we know, are a class side. We know that Ajax in the last couple of years have reached, you know, the Champions League semi-final, perhaps unlucky not to reach the final itself. So I think it'd be well saying that, you know, Dutch football certainly looks stronger, but again, all that can change after, you know, all that's just academic. If Rangers play and do well over 180 minutes, I would reserve judgment completely on, you know, on who would go through till I've seen tonight's first leg, because that'll give you a sense of how strong PSV are and how they react to being in the sort of lion's den, and how Rangers react to playing a team that I think this is a step up from Union St-Gladbach.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say to you, you are one of a number of people getting it in the neck. It's always good to get it early. Colak. Yeah. Because the boy can only do what he does. He scored goals, which is to his credit, and he did answer quite a number of people who were talking about being critical of him.
Yeah, I try just to work hard every day and to improve myself. Of course, every start is not easy, but I don't follow now a lot the media. It's always good to watch maybe the goals I score or the wins we reach, but all in all, I just focus on myself.
Well, if he just focuses on himself, gets on, scores goals, nobody's got anything to say against him. I thought if people are judging him after game 1 and 2, I thought it might be a bit harsh. You've got to let the boys settle in.
Yeah, I just look at it as well, though. If you look at his past, if you look at his stats from the past, his stats of the past suggest, you know, what I said, that he's a player who scored very well in SPFL, but might not score, you know, goals in Europe. I think there's a question mark over that. He'll score fine against, you know, Kilmarnock, St Johnstone's and whatever, because he's good, you know, he's decent. Is he that step up that makes a difference in Europe? And it'll be quite interesting tonight, you know, because what does Van Bronckhorst do tonight? He's got Kent back. He's been given little cameos to Morelos. Does he start with Morelos tonight and leave? I mean, because let's say I got a lot of criticism for those comments, and that's fair enough. That's what we're in. I mean, we give critical comments. It's fine if the viewers give them back. But I think the test of it, I think people all know the answer to this question. If Colak's fit and Morelos is fit, there's one place up for grabs. Who's Gio going to pick?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's not picking Morelos at the moment because he's gone on record as saying he's not fit. Interestingly enough, Ruffy, you know, people have offered their thoughts. Thomas McDougall thinks 2-0 to Rangers. 2-1 says Ryan Blue. Lots of people offering their own thoughts on how the game will end. 3-0 to Rangers, says Darren. So we wait and we will see, and we'll discuss it in greater detail tomorrow once we obviously the show starts live at 4 and it goes out later for people to watch it at their own leisure. So we're not going to dwell too much on it, just on the basis that we hope Rangers can get the result. But they have released a statement, and I think this is a reaction basically to once the closer scrutiny comes on their fans. And they've said Rangers are incredibly proud of the amazing atmosphere that our fans create at Ibrox, and supporters are encouraged to exemplify the best of our support to cheer on the team on the cusp of returning to the Champions League group stages. This game has attracted an unprecedented level of media interest and thus wider scrutiny. Please ensure that you represent our club in the correct manner and be mindful of previous incidents in Europe which led to sections of our stadium being closed. With the match being completely sold out, we are asking supporters to allow obviously extra time to travel to the stadium and get in plenty of time before kick-off. But that is a statement released by the club to try and head off at the pass morons who tarnish the club's name by singing stuff. It could be sectarian, it could be straying into other areas, but they're trying to actually alert some of the dimwits and say, listen, do not sing these songs because there is a close scrutiny once you get to this stage in the tournament.
Yeah, I think that's a wise move as well. If you're seen to be telling the idiots, you know, to behave themselves, and they don't behave themselves, at least you can counteract that by saying, look, we did our best. We'll put it out there. We've told them. It could be banners, it could be singing, it could be these pyrotechnics, you know, and you have to be on top of it all the time, because the first one, as Rangers obviously know, and Celtic know as well, first one might be 50,000 fine, 100,000, and then it escalates into some of the ground being shut. So nip it in the bud, you know, and don't, you know, have it gathering as they go on in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the one thing that I still think, will it ever go away? Not in my lifetime, Hugh.
Well, if it's not going to happen in your lifetime, what chance have you got? I think Rangers have, I think, reacted very quickly to, reports that fair representatives will be there tonight. Yeah. And Rangers know they're in the territory of, they're beyond fines now, they're in the territory of the sanction of, sections of the ground being closed, whether the Rangers go through the Champions League or drop into the Europa League. So they're quite rightly addressing this quickly today. And let's hope that it all passes like this, a raucous, aggressive and challenging atmosphere, but it's all above board.
If you want to stay up to date with all the latest breaking football news in Scottish football, tune in to PLZ Soccer's Facebook, Twitter and YouTube channels.